Yeah, I'm a liaison personnel. I was born 36 years ago, where I joined at Msoma Rural Region, Mara Region. It's almost about 200 kilometers from here, Geita. So my primary level of education and secondary education I got at Msoma, and after that I joined the engineering education.
Okay.
Yes, where I pursue electronics and telecommunication engineering.
All right.
I did engineering work for almost 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, right. And then I was transformed to be a safety personnel.
So that's a big move from engineering into
safety personnel.
Yeah. What prompted that?
Yeah, one of the reasons was that in Tanzania there is no safety education. So the requirement was that to be a safety personnel, you need to have engineering background.
Okay.
So that transformed me to be selected to have safety training.
Okay.
Then I did safety job at Morogoro to one of the manufacturing industry called Tanzania Tobacco Processor Limited. It was a universal industry owned by American. I worked there for 5 years as a safety personnel. Up to 2019, I joined SGA as a safety personnel again. And at SGA, there was there was scope of the job, including risk management, ISO management.
Oh, okay. 18788.
18788. When we started, I was the implementer. We have OHS 48K, we call 45K. We have quality management system. So at SGA, I was doing safety, standard management, and risk management. So through the SOMS management system, I started to have some little things on security. As we know, the background of the security operation management system, it's just, we call it's a combination of quality and human rights issues, including security issues. So I started to engage full on learning security, and I started to practice security operation. One, when the HOD for security operation manager Sabana, I think you met him yesterday.
Yeah.
When he was going leave, I was getting an opportunity to act as the head of the department on behalf of him. So up to January, I got an opportunity to join Geita as the in charge of the site. Starting, we have 3 layers. Apart from technology, because technology is one layer of the security.
Okay.
So we have 3 layers. First, we SGA as the main contractor.
Okay, yeah.
We have police on site, then we have the community police.
Dickson, can you tell me about the security arrangements here at Geita?
Yeah. As I have said, apart from technology, we have 3 layers. We are SGA as the main contractor. Police is supporting us, and then the community police, and also the client has his own security personnel.
Okay.
So for us, SGA as the main contractor, we have almost about 700 plus staff into 3 shifts, shift A, B, and C. Doing.
What does that mean, A, B, and C?
It's just naming.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 3 shifts.
Yeah.
Day and the night, and the one off.
Okay.
So we have categorized the SML into 4 sectors. We have sector 1, comprises of workshop and admin offices. We have sector 2, which is active mining, Nyankanga area. We have sector 3 and 4, it's the one system of the Rompad. and a part of Geita, and then we have sector 5, the place where we are, Mchauru, and some of TSF.
Okay, so where are we now located now? We've got an access point behind us. Tell me where we are.
It's Mike 1, it's sector 3 and 4.
Okay.
Consisting of the main rampart and part of Geita.
Okay, and so do you all work here at this location? Yes. Right.
So community policies, they are in an active area of the mining site, protecting the peripheral of the mining. And then we...
Can you tell me community policing, so what is that?
Community policies, these are local policies from the local communities.
Okay.
It's one of the initiatives from security that you cannot... First, in modern security principle, that you cannot do security from the community. So there is an initiative from security department to engage the community to be part of security. So they hire the local people annually to protect the non-active area of the mining.
And when you say non-active area?
Non-active area, that is the peripheral of the mining site.
Okay. That, like the boundary?
The boundary.
Okay.
So they allocated strategically on the boundary of the mining to block those intruders before accessing the active area of the mining.
And tell me a little bit, so if we look at that boundary, my understanding is there's no fence, there's no wall?
No fence, but there is, we call... The mining has initiated what we call roadblock, and they have positioned their beacon to differentiate the mining area from the local area.
A beacon?
Yes.
Okay.
There are beacon.
This is like a physical...
Yes.
Right.
Which differentiate the mining area and the local area from...
So that people know where the boundary is. Okay. Right. And then the community police, so they are selected from the community, and their role, tell me about their role.
Their role? Yeah, first, there is, I can call a mutual engagement between the security team, community team from the mining, and the local leaders from the community. So they engage them, they select the people, and the most young people who are energetic. It's annually program. So as I said, because most of the intruders we expect they are from local. So first, and the advantage is one, we call it crime organization are being organized in the community. So they get the information more prior than us because they are staying within the community. Okay. So once they get the information, they escalate it to the security management for setting program to prevent such crime. Then the second, as I've said, because they're in the boundary, they are the one who they met those intruders before accessing the mining. So once they see them, they block them directly from accessing the mining site. So that is the main area, the main role they are doing.
Okay. And what's SGA's role in that?
So one of our core is to make sure that the client is safe, his employees and his property. So as I have said, there are few intruders who managed to penetrate and to access the mining area. So our aim is to make sure that we block and we detect and we block those intruders, few who penetrate the first layer or having damage to our client. So that is our main role.
And when you say block, what does that involve?
One of the main activity for our guard is to see and report. So as the principle of security, once the intruders observe the principles of the security, before reporting even the escape. So even if the security see the intruders before the intruders see them, they report for response. So once the response comes,
what does the response involve?
the response we call it the operational team, because you can find a person having one post, so he cannot act to block those intruders. They can be many. Okay. So their main role on their post is to see and report. Mm-hmm. So once they report, the intruder also they can escape after seeing the presence of the guard. Or some guards, they have been rude, so they can react to the presence of probably of one guard until the other operational team arrive. Okay. So that is our main role.
Okay. And your guards, are they armed or unarmed?
For high risk, they are armed, but for access gate, they are unarmed. Okay. Yeah.
Like this is an access
gate.
Yeah.
At the Mike 1 area, it's unarmed.
And armed with what?
Yes.
What are they armed with?
They are unarmed from firearm.
Okay.
Yeah, we are using the firearm.
With rubber
round.
Rubber round. Okay.
And we are using, we call it shotgun. Actually, we have our recruitment policy in SGA, whereby one of the criteria is that to be recruited to work as SGA security guard, you should have what we call military background. We have Jeshi la Akiba, Mgambo, and then we have JKT. So that is one of the criteria. And we believe that to be JKT is 9-month training within the camp. And Mgambo, it's not less than 6 months. So that is one of the criteria. Another criteria is secondary education. The minimum level is Form 4. Then he should have 21 years. And after that, we look on the height and the physical ability of the personnel. So once we assure that the person who we have engaged is complete of that, he undergo 24 days training, refresher. As you know, in public security, we are doing what we call customer-oriented security, transferring the military knowledge to private security knowledge. Then after that, he undergo 1 week training on firearm. Okay. So after that, he have 1 week of refresher on his site requirement. While all that are being taken, we have a vetting form where the person to be employed has to fill in to indicate where he's living, his all background, where he's living, physical location, and if he has done any crime before, or he have done any breach of human rights before. Then after that, we use that form to trace them physically, to know exactly what has put on the paper, is it the right? So someone can say that I'm living in Geita, probably in Mgambo. So we go physically to see, is he living there exactly or? Okay. And also we have the policy that once he transfer from one location to another, he has to notify us to make changes to his vetting form. Right. So that is simply the recruitment process, how is it conducted.
It is very competitive because it's a lot of people come for the same job. So It depends on the luck sometimes, but also on how you express yourself, and they check the background, as he said. So yeah, I think it's a luck also how you express yourself and your certificates, how they are going to represent you. Yes.
And what attracted you to coming into the security field?
Well, one of the things is working in GGM site. Yes.
GGM is Geita Gold Mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
SGA is within the GGM site, so that was one of the things that to why I joined SGA.
Okay.
One, as I have said earlier to you, that SGA has a development program. Now we have the HRO who joined the SGA as a guard. That is number one. Then our policy of promotional start eternally. We have a lot of leaders inside the SGA who started as a guard. And then we have staff who have stayed in SGA for 20 years. So the company have been having the tendency of recognizing them, giving some certificate of appreciation and some rewards.
And you yourself, in 5 years, you've gone from being a safety officer to managing a site of 700 people.
Yes. So it's a great opportunity because first, I'm managing while learning. As you know, mining, I can say it's another experience of security. Outside the mining, we are doing indoor security. But here in the mining, we are doing outdoor security. As I have said, the mining is not facile, so anyone can access the mining. So you should be always active, vigilant, creative, reviewing which security measure can you put in place to make sure that the client is safe. So it's another experiences of security which most of the people have not been experiencing and practicing. So that is what I can say. Yes, what we are doing to the location, we have guard hut.
You have?
Guard hut.
Oh, okay, hats. Yeah.
Yeah, during the rainy season like this, we have raincoat, we have umbrella to support them apart from the guard hut. We have PPE like safety boot. And then in remote area and in high risk area, probably in active mining site where mining activity are being conducted, we issue the riot gear. So we provide them with the food.
Okay.
We have water container for drinking water. We have buses to bring them inside and outside.
Okay.
We pay them on time. Thanks to the company for that. And the other welfare which they're supposed to get, they are getting.
And like things like shelter and bathrooms?
For those people who are camping, the client provide. But for here main site in Nyakanga, it's in and out. So we have no bathroom because they come in and then they go out. But we have, as I've said, from here 20 kilometers, in the comment camp where people are camping for 6 days before they go out for 3 days.
Okay.
We provide the such.
So, and camping literally in tents?
No, there are, it's a constructed house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So they do have shelter?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
First, we do commercial security. So first is, as I have said, we took our employee from military background to commercial security. So that is one of the mode. Then emergency. some sort of fire knowledge and the first aid, then human right.
So tell me, I'd like to dig a little bit deeper on the human rights training. So what does that consist of? How regularly do they get human rights training, and what does it focus on?
On human rights, what we concentrated on them is first harassment, we do some policies like whistleblowing, grievance. Then mostly it's the use of force, how they can apply the use of force.
Okay.
Those 6 principles of use of force.
Okay.
That is the main in human rights.
And how long does that last, that human rights training?
It's for us only they have theory. It's 2 days.
Okay.
And then they have practical.
Practical training.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How does the practical training on human rights work?
So, in theory, they are being told on how to practice human rights. So as I've said before, they engage into job permanently. They should have a lot of induction to their post. So for example, here at Mike 1, we take them here, experiencing how they can tolerate human behavior, client behavior from provocation.
Right.
Because we're expecting at the access gate, at the active area, that is where human breach can occur.
Okay.
So we take them there, observing, seeing this. Once you get this, you should do this. Sometimes customer may come furious, should be polite. So some stuff like that before they come active into the operation.
Okay, right. And so at ICOCO, we're producing trainings on human rights. We've done training on the prevention of sexual exploitation and abuse. We have a training on the use of force. As SGA personnel, you all have access to these training courses. They're online, so you need to be able to get online to take them. But so have you used these resources? How do you use them?
Myself, because I have the access on the internet and to some of my colleagues, so we have been learning on the key principle of human rights, what private company who should do, and which are the don'ts, which private security must not do. So they have been helping us because they play as the basic role to guide us on what to do on public security on the side of human rights. Yeah, as the nature of the ICOCA, it was the joint of government, security, and some of the NGO.
Exactly.
So it's a mutual combination of public, NGO, and some security, public security. So ICOCA has been as basic for us. It has been guiding us if we want to adopt better human rights application in our activity, what we should do.
Right. And so I'd encourage you to keep going back to those resources.
Exactly.
We're developing more as time goes on. We've got 2 in development at the moment, one on K9. I don't know, do you use dogs at the site? No dogs, okay. So there is one on K9 and one on corruption will be coming out. So, and we're adding all the time. Some of these are also available in Swahili. So I'd tell everybody to take advantage of those resources.
First, we are working under the police.
So when you say you're working under the police, what do you mean by that?
The police under the Minister of We call, for us in Tanzania, all private security are being monitored by Tanzanian police.
Okay.
So they are the one who issue license of operation.
Yeah.
So that is one. So they guide us on which type of the firearm to use and which firearm not to use. License of the firearm, that is first. Then once we have some scenario cases, we engage them. For example, we are private security company. We can be invaded by some high number of intrusion. So we contacted them for help.
Okay. This is if you have a intrusion on the site.
Yes, we have an intrusion which is above our level. Which is above our level.
Well, what do you mean by above your level?
We can have an intrusion of more than 100.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, we engage the police in some of the investigational cases. Once a client property got stolen, we engage them to assist us on investigation. Then even inside, there are some of the policies who we are doing the operation with them. So first, to such areas where police are, once we arrive at site, we initiate the communication, we set the plan together. So in any worst scenario cases, we communicate to them for emergencies.
Okay.
Because even intruders, they can be arrogant to us, but they cannot be arrogant to police. So I can say that is how we have been working with them.
And you say that because the police have power to arrest?
Yes, they have the power to arrest.
And how often do you have to call in the police, would you say? And how regularly do you have to call them in?
As I have said, most of them, they are staying here, inside the mining. So if we have scenario cases, we go direct to their camp, we pick them. Right. Yeah, for worst case scenario, the good advantage of the Geita, it's a small town. So the police station is not far from here. It's almost within 1 to 2 kilometers. So it depends on their resources of their availability. And sometimes if we have critical emergency, we use our own vehicle to go to their police post to take them direct to the mine. But beyond that, there is a camp for the police whereby 45 police are staying there.
Ah, okay, right.
So that simplifies the logistics of getting them inside the mine if there is a scenario cases. But once you are live here, and I think I can study also scenario cases for 3 years, there have been no such was a scenario event requiring the police to intervene. First, community engagement, because we believe most of the criminals are from the community. So having another layer of community policing in the peripheral, that is non-active mining of the area, have contributed a lot to lower. Another alternative we are doing is we have been running the operation outside in collaboration with the police to determine the criminal personnel inside the community. And once they hear there is an operation, they get away from Geita town. My role on gathering that, I should also gather information from the colleague, undercover information, and once I have it, I share with the client security, then we plan it together.
Okay.
So the security department initiative with the regional police, then they conduct the operation.